Well, we welcome you back to Golden Boy Live on Fox Sports 1. We got a lot coming your way on Golden Boy coming up. Right now, we're at the Stormhouse in our main event. Still to come, that between Manuel Avila and Enrique Quevedo. And before we get to that, going to talk a little bit about what's upcoming from Golden Boy. And of course, March 8th, going to see the return of Canelo Alvarez coming back, and he gets a load in Alfredo Angulo, a guy with nothing else we know has got some pop. But Alvarez, a guy right now, he feels he's got something to prove after the Mayweather fight. Yeah, both guys coming off losses, but both guys coming off, losses where a guy like Angulo, an exciting fight, a guy like Canelo, a fight where he lost to the best fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. So both guys with a lot to prove, both guys from Mexico, which means a lot of machismo on the line, a lot of ego on the line, a lot of national pride on the line. These kind of fighters will not leave it in the ring. No question about it. Angulo, we know, he can punch. He's got a lot of pop. And Canelo's a guy who's just not looking back. He has no need to look in the rearview mirror. He said he's looking ahead to this guy right here. So that all takes place on March 8th. Canelo Alvarez coming back into the ring against Alfredo Angulo. And then on March 17th, we're going to spend St. Paddy's Day in the city of Boston, and a couple of Irish fighters will be featured here on Fox Sports 1 on Golden Boy Live. It's the 17th of March, St. Paddy's Day in Boston. What could be better? Right now, let's take it to Jessica Rosales, as she is with Manuel Avila. Jessica?
Now, you've told me before that you do not like to watch video of your opponent. You like to rely a lot on your corner. What advantage does that give you to go in there without any preconceived ideas?
It gives me a big advantage because I'm not worried about all this and that. And if my corner didn't see it, then it's not that important.
And Quevedo is, to date, one of the toughest opponents on paper that you have faced. What is going to be the key tonight for you? What needs to stay consistent?
The jab. My jab, that's the best punch I got, and that's what I got to stay consistent with.
All right, well, best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Send it back to you, Barry.
All right, thanks very much, Jessica. And that is Manuel Avila, as he will be stepping into the ring momentarily in our main event of the evening. It takes place in the junior featherweight division, and it is Manuel Avila against Enrique Quevedo. Without question, I think the toughest opponent that Avila has faced so far. He is 13-0 right now, and Quevedo's been in there with some of the very best in the division. So that is our main event of the evening. 13-0 Manuel Avila and 15-6-1 Enrique Quevedo, but no kidding, no nonsense kind of opponent. Let's take a look at the numbers and see how these two match up with one another. And you can see Quevedo is one of those last hurrah kind of situations. At 30 years of age, if he wants to get back into that contender role, he's going to have to do it tonight against an undefeated fighter at 21 years of age, Manuel Avila. They make their way into the ring right now, and coming into the ring right now, here is a look at Manuel Tino Avila.
Yeah, undefeated prospect. This is the guy with the record to watch. He's undefeated, but really, we could say a little bit of a step up with Quevedo. Quevedo's record not glossy, but he's been in with a lot of guys, pulled off some upsets. So Avila really looking to impress, not only with the way he's going to fight tonight, but also looking to impress with the status of the win tonight against a guy like Quevedo, whose record is a lot better than, whose fighting ability is a lot better than his record.
Yeah, no question about it. The contract for this fight, incidentally, was 123, and you saw on the tail of the tape, Quevedo coming in here at 119 and a half, so he's giving away a few pounds.
He is giving away a few pounds, but he's in the opponent role. It's nothing he's not used to or hasn't already gone through before. Yeah, he's at a bit of a disadvantage weight-wise. He's giving up that weight, but really this is a fight where he knows he's the opponent. He's coming into an area where Avila's from, Northern California. He's coming to get the win, and it's nothing new to him to get the upset as well. So he's coming with the mental focus of a guy who's coming to win.
No, you're absolutely right, and he too is one of those guys whose mental part of it is to brawl. Here's Joe.
From the Stormhouse here in Salinas, California, it is time for the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the featherweight division. Presented by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Don Chargan Promotions, Paco Presents, and Jorge Marron Productions. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day. The three judges scoring this bout at ringside: Marshall Walker, Susan Thomas Gitlin, and Mike Tate. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action is once again Ed Collantes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Salinas Califas, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing purple trunks, trimmed in silver, he weighed in officially 119 1/2 pounds. This veteran brings 15 victories, 6 defeats, 1 draw, and 9 knockouts into the ring tonight. He fights out of San Pedro, California. Here is Enrique Quevedo. And next his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing baby blue, trimmed in white, with the flags of USA and Mexico. He weighed in officially 122 pounds even, and brings a perfect professional record into the ring tonight. 13 victories, no defeats, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the fighting pride, el orgullo de Fairfield, California, undefeated, Manuel Avila.
Receive your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. ¿Me y proteges todo el tiempo, okay? Choca guantes. Let's go.
All right, so with that, we are set to go in our main event. Manuel Avila, who will wear the baby blue trunks, and Enrique Quevedo in the purple and white. Here we go, round 1. Barry Tompkins, Paulie Malignaggi alongside Jessica Rosales with us as well. We are in Salinas, California, home of John Steinbeck.
Good old John Steinbeck.
I knew it was the wrong crowd to bring that up with.
So speaking of crowd, they're in for a good one here. Both guys did not start out shy or with any intention of feeling each other out.
Avila looks a lot taller than Quevedo does, and not just a couple of inches.
Quevedo undaunted though. He's been in tough his whole career. He's got an undefeated guy in front of him, but it's nothing new to him. And he came out with that intention to come out fighting and force Avila to fight. So Avila trying to get comfortable behind the jab. See Quevedo consistently trying to look for that over-the-top right hand. Let's see if he can find a home for it. Right now, Avila seems to be able to see it and not getting caught by it. I like that Avila's taking what he gets, though. He's not rushing or forcing anything. As there, Quevedo landed his right hand.
Yeah, he sure did. And Avila was there for it.
Yep. Avila taking check left hooks or little short uppercuts in there, but Quevedo creating his own offense, really forcing the pace.
You know, and he's coming off a really good win, too. He beat Christopher Martin, who came into the fight with Quevedo with a 27-2 record.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, these kind of fights are nothing new for Quevedo. He's been match tough his whole career, so. And he sees a good young fighter across the ring from him, it's not going to intimidate him or affect him in a negative way. You're going to have to make him believe he can't win. He's not just going to show up believing it.
Avila doing a nice job to extricate himself from the corner. Takes 3-4 shots from Quevedo.
Yeah, good little short combination by Quevedo. I'll tell you, he's very educated with that left hand. Little short shots, creating little crevices and openings so he can land his shots. Avila does a smart thing, gets back on the outside and tries to establish the jab again. This is where he wants to keep it. Quevedo really creative on the inside.
Avila was very quick to tell us when we met with him that this is the toughest fight of his career so far, and so far it is.
A little short, good counter right hand there from Avila. Those are the kind of shots you want to land.
Big right hand again from Quevedo.
Takes your right hand back, exactly. But one thing about an aggressive guy, you force him to have to respect distance by landing the sharp counter punches on the outside. It will slow him down from being so anxious to close the gap. And if you can get a guy who pressures you to slow down from closing the gap, and you're the fighter who likes to be on the outside like Avila, it'll give you that advantage to start taking control. Right now, Avila's not doing that enough. Quevedo landed another good right hand.
Very entertaining first round here. And you said it. They both got out of the the blocks very quickly. First round winds down, and I thought a very effective first round for Quevedo. We're coming back.
The fast-paced first round here. The short right hand and a left hand from Avila as Quevedo came in from the southpaw stance. And you'll see Quevedo trying to change angles on the inside. He's very creative on the inside, trying to mix and match little angles. He won't shy away from turning southpaw on the inside just to create little openings. But Avila made him pay there. But ultimately, a pretty effective first round for Quevedo.
I thought so. Yeah. This is round 2. We're going 10. Another reminder that tonight's Comedy Box Stats brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. And a very comparable first round, but a high connect percentage for Quevedo.
Right here is where Avila has established the jab. These moments like this. Do some short punches inside, get back on the outside. This is where he's got to be first.
He was right there.
And Quevedo is looking for that right hand over the top of the jab. How do you take the effect off that? You start feinting. If you feint with your jab here and there, you make Quevedo bite on it and throw maybe a false right hand and then maybe counter that. I want to take away the timing from the counter punches. Quevedo, he came in throwing right hands over the top of the jab. It was obviously something he had worked on in the gym for Avila. For sure, right hand by Avila. There it is.
Very good one.
Right there, he admired his work. He wanted to either follow up or get out. Now he got forced to a corner. He's fighting it off. He's fighting Quevedo off, but
did a good job. Had a nice little uppercut in there.
But you don't want to admire your work on the inside with a guy like Quevedo because he's going to come right back to punch. Avila does some things well. He wants to continue to either follow up or get out and get back on the outside. Right here, he's got to be first here. Either that or smother. There's good combination.
And he took one in return there.
Took some shots in return there, but at least the idea was there to get out. Good combination, he got out. As long as the idea is there, it'll work better and better.
Yeah, that time Avila ducked into it. And then scores with the left hand of his own.
It's starting to go a lot two-way action. Avila not always getting the worst of the exchanges, but it's a Quevedo kind of fight. Makes you wonder if Avila's going to remain comfortable as he gets back on the jab.
Good sharp jab, too.
At least he understands that he wants to have a good portion of the fight on the outside as well. He doesn't want to always be on the inside. See, on the outside, right here, see how ineffective Quevedo is when Avila's jab is landing? As many weapons as Quevedo has on the inside, if you don't allow him inside, he's almost harmless on the outside as long as you don't get hit with that right hand over the top.
Which he just did.
Yeah, he did there. But you start to know it's coming.
Coming to the end of the second round. Very good fight so far. The veteran Quevedo and the up-and-comer Manuel Avila. We're coming back to Salinas.
People need excitement.
See Avila on the ropes here, and Quevedo getting his hands off. Good two-way exchange. That's what Avila wants to avoid. Avila wants to avoid getting his back to the ropes. That center ring, he can be effective as long as he's careful with that overhand right of Quevedo. Quevedo a lot of times using that overhand right to drive Avila back to the ropes. See, at the end of the round, a cut opened up over the right eye of Quevedo. I'm not sure if it was a headbutt or a punch.
Yeah, and I was trying to get the referee's attention to find out. To be very honest with you, I don't think the referee saw it. Oh, good right hand by Quevedo. The cut looked pretty serious going to the corner, but they've obviously done a pretty good job on it. It has not opened up again, at least in the first 40 seconds of this round. See if Quevedo fights with a little bit more urgency now, though.
And there's a jab being established by Avila. As you can see, he didn't land all those jabs, and what did it do? It stops Quevedo from working his offense. It keeps him busy. There it is again. That jab didn't land, but what does it do? It prevents Quevedo from really establishing any kind of offense or any kind of rhythm. And that's what an effective jab does. It's not always about offense. A lot of times you just want to control the pace, you want to control the rhythm until you're comfortable with getting your combinations right. And this is Avila doing beautifully here.
Yeah, 2 or 3 good jabs And there's a good right hand behind the double jab.
You eventually will walk him into a solid shot. And now he's got to get back on the jab. You can't be happy with that big right hand. Got to get back on the jab here and control the pace again, because Quevedo will look to exchange once again.
And that cut has opened up again.
It's about consistently maintaining the game plan, because Quevedo, he will continue to make it work, and he'll continue to come with right hands like that.
Have a right hand lead and a body shot from Quevedo. He was short with that right hand.
And what does he do? The right hand drove Avila back to the ropes. That's Quevedo's main weapon, to drive Avila back to the ropes. Once he's got him back on the ropes, he wants to get into the wheelhouse and kind of start working.
Seems to be a little bit more desperation in Quevedo right at the moment.
Yeah, I think he realizes that cut is in a bad spot.
Hasn't opened up terribly here in this second round, I beg your pardon. Third round.
Go ahead. I'll tell you, it's getting to the point with Quevedo where he's coming with so many right hands. Avila should start to almost sense it coming and start setting him up for a good counter. Avila's working his way well on the inside, but it's not a place he wants to be.
Did a good job to extricate himself that time, though. Just toe-to-toe, that's the fight Quevedo wants. Not a bad round for him.
You got to breathe, relax. You can't let this guy steal these rounds, you understand? What knuckle? What knuckle? Middle? His hand? Well, then snap, snap, snap. You got it? Huh? Well, win this motherfucker with a bad hand, that's fine. Start to time you with the right hand, okay? That's why you got
Me estás esperando, mijo, demasiado. Cuando tengas en las cuerdas, tira abajo, por el medio y luego por arriba. Pégale abajo y luego te subes para arriba.
Here we see some action from the round as Avila had just established the jab, and then Quevedo kind of rushed his way in, and he made him pay with some check hooks. Later in the round, Quevedo backing Avila to the ropes. How did he get him to the ropes with those right hands? Once he's got him on the ropes, Quevedo finds the openings to throw those hands.
Let's go. All right.
Big concern, however, is the cut over the right eye of Quevedo. They've got it stopped for the moment, but it was bleeding toward the end of the last round. This is round 4. Going 10. Good right hand by Quevedo again. I mean, so far, Avila does not have the answer for the right hand, at least on any kind of consistent basis.
I think Quevedo's doing it. It's almost like the only way he knows how to cut distance. He tries to pressure, and then he uses the right hand to try to close distance. There it is again. If Avila can find an answer for that right hand of Quevedo, he will almost eliminate Quevedo's only ability to cut the distance.
What he did that time, though, was he leaned into the left hand.
Even if it doesn't land, he relies on it to put Avila out of position. Doesn't necessarily have to land it, but it has that effect where he can put Avila out of position, he can follow up. There, he's going to set up a left hand, like I said, right?
Nice little uppercut there, too. There's a right hand again.
Well, Quevedo's not shy about roughing it up in there, using his head.
No, that's the fight he wants, right?
Yep. You see he's holding the left hand of Avila while Avila's trying to escape back on the outside. A little better in tricks look from a guy like Quevedo.
It's going to be a real test here for Avila now. And a good right hand.
And see, he got caught with that because he forced the right hand from when he shouldn't have forced it. Avila, and that's the sign of a young, frustrated fighter at times. You know, Avila, not that Avila's doing badly in this fight, but maybe he just wants his space, he wants his distance, and he just can't earn it. So he just throws a shot where he shouldn't be throwing, and forced one from the outside. Quevedo made him pay for it.
Quevedo really dictating the tempo of this fight.
Even the good moments Avila's having, the pace of the fight is not comfortable for him. And that's why mistakes like that happen, where he'll force a punch when he shouldn't force it. again, right here is where he should be jabbing. He threw one jab and he looks for a right hand. Again, sometimes if you just keep it simple, continue to jab, you'll control Quevedo. It's not about always landing the big shot. If you control his offense, you'll eventually walk him into something.
There's a right hand lead by Avila.
And there, jab again.
It's a really good jab when he does throw it.
Yep. About being consistent. Sometimes, you know, you got to be more busy with it than other times, you know. Against a guy like Quevedo, it controls his entire offense. If you use your jab well, you will eliminate all the good things Quevedo does. Very simple. If you don't, you'll end up showing us what a good fighter Quevedo is, because he'll work his way inside and then he'll show us all the little openings and crevices that he creates for his own offense.
Well, once again, I thought an effective round for Enrique Quevedo. And he's building up some points here. We're coming back.
Meet the boys, hit a...
And here we see action from that last round. The lead right hand setting up that nice left hook from Quevedo. And there, Avila forces the right hand, and he gets caught with a couple of counters, forcing it from a distance where he shouldn't have been throwing it from. A little bit of frustration from the young fighter.
Yeah, so we come to the 5th round, and Jessica Rosales was kind of eavesdropping on the corner of Avila. What's going on in there? Well, we'll get back to Jessica on that. Meantime, round 5, and again, Quevedo dictating the fight here. Reaching right hand.
Not that Avila can't be effective going backwards, because he can. And these are the moments he's got to take advantage. Right here. Watch how ineffective Quevedo is. It's not spectacular. It's not always exciting. What you do, you're just forcing Quevedo off balance, unable to set up any offense, and then you pick the spots to throw your offense. Right here, he's back on the outside. Let's see if he can establish the jab right from here.
Show those numbers that Avila with a higher punch count, higher connect count, and yet on my card I have Quevedo winning 3 of the first 4 rounds.
It's a close fight. A lot of these rounds are close, but Avila, to me, makes it a little bit more difficult on himself than he should.
That's the jab.
Right here. Any chance he gets on the outside, just establish the jab. Quevedo will be there for it.
But this time he just allowed Quevedo to walk to him. Now Quevedo didn't do any damage.
And there's also nothing wrong with just bailing on the real estate. Right there, okay, you use your jab. If Quevedo gets too close, you just switch it around the ring. Instead, Avila gets in there. He has too much heart sometimes for his own good, and he tries to fight.
All right, let's go to Jessica Rosales. Now, as we mentioned, she was eavesdropping in the corner of Avila. Jess?
Yeah, I was in Avila's corner, and he was telling me that basically they knew that Quevedo was going to have a lot of experience, and tonight they're hoping to hide behind the jab. They're telling him to double up on it, and if you remember in our interview before he went into the ring, he told me that he would be relying on that jab tonight. Another important thing that they said is they need him to stay off the ropes as well.
All right, thanks, Jessica. And that's, I don't think he is relying on the jab, or he may be relying on it, but not enough.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what's discouraging him sometimes from using the jab, as you see Quevedo doing good work inside, is that right hand of Quevedo. It's designed to make Avila doubt his jab, because a lot of times Quevedo will come over the top of the jab with the right hand.
That was a nice little combination by Avila.
And right here, moments of, watch. Anytime Quevedo just starts jabbing, the only thing he's got to be careful with is the over-the-top right hand. He mixes it with some feints. And right here, he's waiting. He's waiting too long.
Good straight right hand. Maybe his best punch of the fight. Quevedo comes right back, takes a left hand.
I'll tell you, he makes it exciting. I mean, when trading like this, the action is good for the fans, but it makes it a difficult fight.
Much better round, though, I think, for Avila. And we come to the end of round 5.
Pégale 2, 3 y el último maciza. ¿Me oyes? Lo estás dejando ir, cuate. Ok, ya, voltea aquí. Mijo, pégale 2, 3, al último. Pop him. You can feint him now. And hey, down on one. Come back up. Hold on. Hey, that's why you hurt him with that hook to the body. You know that, right? That hook to the body, you put some damage on his ass. Understand? He don't want to stand there, man. You get clever. Feint him, down on one, back up top. Let's go. Stay on top of him. All right. Run your shit off strong. You need a good jab, run it off strong. As soon as you take that half step back, get on him right away. Don't let him rest. Stay with that left hand. What? Stay with the left hand.
Finish. Finish your combination. You hurt with that hook to the body.
Last round, Avila had himself a pretty good round. As you see, a good little short left hook on that first replay, and then establishes some distance off the jab and a nice long right hand with some good weight behind it.
And they want more of that in the corner. That's what they were talking about. This is round 6. No knockdowns in the fight so far. Been a give and take kind of fight. A lot of close rounds.
Quevedo comes to some awkward angle. He just tried a right hand uppercut underneath the jab of Avila. He's looking for some answers to that Avila jab too. And he starts to realize Avila getting a bit more confident with it. This is what's great about when you have two good fighters in there. You know, the adjustments they have to make to each other, and you see how who's making the better adjustments as the fight wears on. Shows a real pro once you're fighting these 10 4-round fights.
And stamina could be a factor in this fight too. Double jab, that's a Quevedo, just a right hand. That's the Avila that his corner wants.
Jab. You see again, Quevedo, as he gets his way inside, he turns southpaw. He likes to fight from those different angles on the inside. So there again, throws the right hand and almost stepped in with that back foot to become southpaw once he's inside. I think what he's looking to do is create some space for those hooks to the body. A lot like Mickey Ward used to do to set up his hook to the body. And inside, he just switches feet.
Nice little uppercut inside by Avila. Good right hand from Quevedo. Caught Avila going backward.
Over the top of that jab.
Great job to get off the ropes that time by Avila.
Yep, a good combination and got himself right off. No need to wait for the return. So what Quevedo needs to do here is cut the ring off. Avila's starting to move the same direction every time, and he's able to find the corner to turn, so he can keep circling.
Left hand of the body by Avila.
Avila now starting to be first every time, so Quevedo would be better off to cut him off. It was a good combination there, but if you allow Avila to be able to turn the corner every time, you'll make him just a little bit more comfortable.
Now Avila, you can see, kind of getting into a rhythm now.
Yep. And you want to take away that rhythm. You want to continue to make him uncomfortable. It's almost like Avila knows the pressure's coming, but he knows where to escape. So if you take away that escape route, you're going to force him to think otherwise. He takes a good left hook there.
Yeah, sure was. And then he comes back with a jab of his own. Continues to be a very entertaining fight as we have now completed 6 rounds, and we're coming back.
All right, let's say.
See Quevedo right hand there. Avila got into a pretty good rhythm that round, but Quevedo continued to try to use what's been working for him a bit this fight, and that's that right hand over the top of the jab. To Avila's credit, though, he continued to understand that the distance was where he should be.
I thought it was interesting in Avila's corner, they were talking about get him out of there. You got to get him out of there. Just go after it. Get him out of there. Go to the body. I wouldn't think there would be quite that sense of urgency, but they want him to end it, not leave it in the judge's hands.
Maybe they're just trying to put some fire into their fighters' heart. Again, Avila getting into a rhythm of circling to his left. And he's finding the escape route. Establishing the jab, finding the escape route. Maybe Quevedo's a little tired. How can he make it, how can he make this a little bit easier to cut the distance? Because Avila's jab is pumping. How can he do it is cutting off the ring to Avila from Avila's left hand side, Quevedo's own right hand side.
Right hand again, stepped in by Quevedo. And a double jab by Avila.
So it gets a lot more difficult to get past the jab as you're getting tired. And Quevedo probably a little bit winded, so he wants to conserve as much energy as possible. Cutting off the ring will help.
Let's go to Jessica Rosado. She was eavesdropping in the corner of Quevedo. What'd they say in there, Jess?
You know, the corner seems to think a little bit opposite from you guys. They were telling me that Quevedo's corner thinks that Avila's the one getting tired and that Quevedo right now feels great. They said that in this round, he's going to focus on putting a lot of pressure on Avila and is going to aim to go for the body a lot more.
Okay, thank you, Jess.
To a degree, they're right. Avila's certainly getting tired, but Quevedo's making it easier for him by giving him the escape route.
There's a left hand by Avila.
I'll tell you, when a fighter knows he has a consistent escape route, it makes him a little bit more comfortable, even mentally. Avila has found the escape route to the left side every time. He can turn the corner each time, so it's up to Quevedo to take that away from him. If he takes that away from him, he can put some mental pressure on Avila, where he's got to think his way through it. And when you're tired and you have to think your way through it, it's a bit more uncomfortable.
And quite frankly, I think that's corner talk. I don't see Avila as being tired right now.
No. I don't think either of them are exhaustively tired, but, you know, it is round 7. You know, I'm sure there's a little bit of fatigue here, as Quevedo's pressure has definitely slowed down. Again, when he gets inside, he's still working. The problem is he's now not finding his way inside as much. It's not like Avila's jab output has increased, I don't think. You know, I mean, he's jabbing, but at times he's also waiting the way he was before. It's just Quevedo, there's a right hand there, as I say that, but, you know, he's not taking as much advantage of it. So how do you make it easier for you? You can slow down Avila by cutting the ring off.
Starting to do that time. Just a little.
Watch, Avila is continuously finding his way around the ring to the left-hand side. If you force Avila to go to his right side, will he be able to do it? And that's the question you want to ask yourself if you're Quevedo.
The question I would have in this round, did Avila do enough? I'm not sure he did. Well, the Daytona 500 is coming back to Fox. The world's best drivers competing in the Great American Race. It all starts with Speed Week on Fox Sports 1. And then it's the Daytona 500, February 23rd, only on Fox.
One side, one side. He gets lost on his legs. All you gotta do is stop on the dime and run it.
You gotta make him pay for what he can do. Run that stuff like you said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got 3 more rounds, man. 3 more rounds. You gotta secure this fight. You understand? You understand?
Yeah. Move around. Run that shit off and then box him again. Come on, man.
Get vicious, man. Where you get mean in there?
Huh? Get mean. Keep your left hand up, all right? You're not seeing the right hand. You do a 3 right hand in a round. That's your
You gotta stay wicked.
All right?
Good left hand. Good left hand. Stay tough and run that shit off solid. Don't let him get close to you.
All right, so you heard the corner of Avila, and they obviously think this is a close fight, and quite frankly, so do I.
Yeah. A lot of the rounds are based on what you might like. You like the ring generalship of Avila or the pressure of Quevedo. They're that close, where you might have to pick what your preference is as a judge. Oh.
I think Avila is moving pretty well. I thought he moved pretty well in the last round, but quite frankly, I thought he gave the last round away.
Yeah, again, it's up to the style of judging you prefer. I thought the round was fought in an Avila kind of fashion, you know, at a distance. But again, I mean, maybe you thought the better punches were landed by Quevedo. It was that close.
Counter right hand that time from Avila. They've done a nice job on that cut that Quevedo suffered in the second round.
Yeah, it's a good point, guys. It's not in a good spot.
Two jabs missed. There's a nice combination, right hand lead, left hand behind it.
Again, those straight punches. Nothing great came out of it, but what did it do? It backed up Quevedo. It forced him to have to restart. A guy like Quevedo, if you keep forcing him to restart, it'll take him a few extra seconds. He's a guy who has to be planted in order to throw. That's why a jab works so well against guys like this. Sometimes simplifying the game plan is the best effect.
Again, Avila busy in this round. Not connecting a lot, but busy. Good right hand.
That jab is effective. Again, the adjustment, though, hasn't been made by Quevedo either to stop Avila from escaping to the left side.
Right.
For a guy with that much veteran experience, you would think he would have caught on to that, or at least his corner would have. There he goes again, and he'll escape him to the left side.
Again, very few of those punches landed, but he was the aggressor.
It gives Avila a chance to start over, though. You know, when they start over, Avila has the advantage. He's the faster fighter. From center ring, he'll have the advantage. So if he can force a reset every time, just because of the jabs, he'll have the advantage, as long as he doesn't get backed off to the ropes.
Good left hand a moment ago, but he's falling back when he threw it. There's another one, a right hand this time. Much better round, I thought, for Avila.
Any reset is to Avila's advantage, no matter how he gets it. Even if he doesn't land the punch, sometimes it's just about showing the jab. You get a reset, you're going to have the advantage. On the reset, you, as a more athletic fighter, don't have to be planning to land.
Just go to the right, you with that Lee Rogers, it's there all day. Do that shit all day till he catch on, man. Use that jab, run something off, and when he backs up, keep chopping steps to him, but go to a little angle when you're done, you hear me? Yeah. All right, he's lost on his way back when he's falling back. You hear me? Yeah. All right, when he I need you to muscle.
Hit him down.
All right? Okay? You good?
You good? Yeah.
All right.
Every time he back, he got his hand straight up.
¿Puedes hacer? Házmelo, por favor. Nada, cuate. No tienes que esperar por nada. Si lo esperas, te va a chingar.
Getting some work on the last round, seeing how effective that jab is from Avila. Avila effective with these jabs here from different angles. Later on, a nice turn off the ropes. Really, the right hand was nice, but really what set it up was the turn. He turned the angle on Quevedo, got his back off the ropes, put Quevedo on the ropes, and then landed a sharp right hand.
So we come to the 9th round, and I still believe this fight is up for grabs. On my card, I have it even right now. I'm not trying to say I'm right.
No, it's a close fight. It could go either way.
I thought had a very good round last round. There are the numbers in the fight. They're very comparable, as you can see. A higher connect percentage by Quevedo, but more punches landed by Avila.
Right hand there from Avila.
Been a very interesting fight so far, a very tactical fight. And it's really been give and take.
So Quevedo getting right hand happy there. And that's where Avila should really try to set him up for the counter. Showing you the right hand over and over again.
Nice short right hand in close corners by Avila.
And there, Quevedo forced Avila to go to his right. Let him go back up to the left here again. So in the corner, they good right hand there by Quevedo. In the corner of Avila, they told him Quevedo is lost when he's backing up. The problem is he's not going back that often.
Not much.
If he can find a way to back up Quevedo, he probably can't fight on his back foot. He's one of those kind of stern, rugged guys, but putting him on his back foot is a lot tougher, a lot easier said than done.
I think your point is very well taken about Avila's ability to extricate himself and Quevedo's inability to make an adjustment.
Yeah, I'll tell you, some of these rounds, Quevedo's pressured really well. He would be even more effective if he cut the ring off to his own right, to Avila's left. If Avila didn't have the escape route, just imagine how much more pressure, how much more in panic mode he might be. Here, he gets some space, and he was able to set himself up to throw that combination. Why? It was because he was able to escape for a second and kind of get himself going and throw that combination. Any reset gives Avila the advantage. The trick to Quevedo is cut him off enough to prevent the reset.
And I don't see him cutting him off very much, kind of following him.
Just following him around. Sometimes it's still been effective. That goes to show you the quality of Quevedo, but a lot of times it's not been. Like I said before, I can't stress it enough. A reset is Avila's advantage. However he gets it, it doesn't matter. The reset is still where he should be able to get off first. He's the faster fighter. He's the more athletic fighter.
Again, an effective round.
Like a good Quevedo round this round.
Well, coming up after the fight, you're not going to want to miss Fox Sports Live. The guys bringing you all the latest news and highlights from all the events in Sochi, as well as a full day of college basketball and the NBA. Fox Sports Live coming up right after the fight, only on Fox Sports 1. And we come to the 10th
No te me muevas, no te me muevas.
and final round.
Último round, vamos a tocar guantes, ¿ok?
Último round, mijo, presión, por favor. Te lo digo. Al cuerpo. No se me abra, mijo. Mira, al cuerpo. Pate. Y a la cabeza.
Strong compact.
Strong compact.
Make him look for a way out. He's cut. Hey, listen to me. He's coming out here trying to knock your ass out. So I want him to walk into something. You got it? All right.
Be smart. Run that shit off and slide out, man. Come on.
So I think both corners feeling that their fighter be a pretty good idea to win this final round.
Yeah. It could all be in the balance here. A lot of rounds have been very close.
I think so. So here we go, 10th and final round. The outcome could be decided in these final 3 minutes.
A lot of times in the final round, a fighter comes out not wanting to be outworked. They get pumped up in the corner, but really, sometimes in a close fight, it's about fighting the smarter last round and not so much the harder last round. Let's see if both fighters can execute.
Not sure what this is about here.
Here, give me the glove. Dame the toalla. Okay, here,
Problem with the glove of Quevedo.
Okay, let's go. Allá. Time!
Time is back in. I think Avila, that was a good right hand. That staggered Avila.
And again, off of a lazy jab from Avila.
And Quevedo jumps right on him.
Oh,
And another good right hand.
So you might have felt that first one. He might still be trying to recover.
I was seeing
Two right hands have caught him very clean.
very clean. Now a knockdown by either man would be a big factor in this fight.
Huge. I'll tell you what those two right hands did. Now they're going to force Avila to try to fight, to try to work his way back into the round, because it's given Quevedo the advantage in the early part of the round. Now, you want to win this round, you're going to think, I can't just jab, I got to start fighting. And if you start fighting, it's actually what Quevedo wants. So let's see how the round ends up evolving now with those early right hands from Quevedo.
That's going to be interesting. Two left hands, finishing with an uppercut by Quevedo. Nice combination in close quarters by Avila.
Again, though, Avila still finding the escape route to the left side. And once again, a jab and escapes on the left side.
Wouldn't you think that would be something his corner would say as a right hand from Avila?
Yeah, somebody should have said something, I'll tell you that. It's been happening for the past at least 3, 4, 5 rounds.
That cut has opened up again, but Quevedo's not going to worry about it at this juncture.
And there, again, a little short straight punch combination by Avila. Nothing landed, but what did it do? It forced Quevedo back. They start to reset. This is where Avila has the advantage now to get off first. Starting with the jab.
That cut is as bad as it's been since the second round, but as you said, with 44 seconds left, it's not going to be a factor in this fight.
So Avila's got to be first here.
Oh! Dropped it, and that was huge.
7, 8. ¿Quieres continuar? Vamos con guantes. Guantes, ¿ok? Está bien.
Well, that was an absolute game changer.
Had he cut off the ring to the right side, to Avila's left, the hook wouldn't have landed. Because he gave Avila that first step to his own left. He was able to find room for that hook.
Never can't be saved for the bell in any round. That was a slip, and that's it. It's over. What a 10th round.
Yeah, I'll say.
And on my card, that's going to give the win to Avila.
Good gut check kind of fight for Avila. These are the kind of fights that really mature you and make you a world-class pro. Here's an angle from the knockdown. There it is again. Finding the escape route. He's been finding the escape route all night. Here he found it with almost a check left hook. Let's see. Quevedo did all the work. Oh, he set it up with a little short uppercut first. A short right uppercut, picked his head up. Just like they teach you in the gym. Pick his head up with his short uppercut. There it is, and then the hook, follow it up.
Perfect.
In the gym, they always teach us that little short uppercut on the inside, pop that head up and set it up, put it on a tee for that left hook. Avila executed that combination perfectly.
Well, what a great finish for Avila. I have him winning it by 2. I have it 96-94 for Avila. Here's another look at it. Round 2, that was when the cut occurred. You can see the cut already there. Round 4, things started to change a little bit. And in round 5, I thought that's where Avila, I thought he won the middle rounds.
Yeah, he started to establish that jab.
And in round 10, I thought this really put an exclamation point on this evening for Avila. Great learning experience, and he may get away with a W. We're coming back. Paulie, your thoughts? Is a terrific main event we had here.
Yeah, this was one of the better main events we've had on the series. You know, good two-way action. The kind of fight that Avila will move on from and learn, and the kind of fight which will continue to make Daniel Quevedo's record look a little bit deceiving if the decision goes the way we scored it.
If it does. I have it 96-94 for Avila, and we'll see. Of course, we've seen some very strange decisions along the way. We'll see what we get out of this one. All right, let's find out as we take it to Joe Martinez. Here is the decision. Joe?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges have it 97-92. Your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Manuel Tito Avila.
So Avila did not need that knockdown, but still a very close fight. He runs his record to 14-0, and he's going to remember this fight.
Yeah, I think he needed the knockdown. And you know what? He earned it. He earned the win. A good close to the fight, close the fight like a true champion. It's the kind of fight he'll learn from, and like I said, this will mess up Quevedo's record even more. He'll look deceiving, but this is no guy to play with if you're a manager matching your prospect.
No, I think so too, and I think it's really something to learn for him, and I think it's a guy we're going to see down the road. He's an improving fighter, and I definitely think he went to school tonight. Well, that's a wrap for us from here in Salinas. For my partners, Paulie Malignaggi and Jessica Rosales, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long, everybody.